Hello crafters, I'm JanB and I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. Today I'd like to show you how to make this card. The cardstock you'll need is a card base in Whisper White. This measures 8 1/4 inches by 5 7/8 inches, scored and folded down the middle. Lost Lagoon layer, which measures 4 inches by 5 3/4 inches. The top Whisper White layer is 3 7/8 inches by 5 5/8 inches. You'll need a piece of Whisper White to be able to stamp out your sentiment, a scrap of Lost Lagoon which will do the backing behind the sentiment, and you will also need a piece of Lost Lagoon that measures 1 5/8 by 4 3/4, and a piece from the Designer Series paper stack in Lost Lagoon, and this measures 1 1/2 inches by 4 3/4 inches. So the first thing is to stamp the snowflakes on the base. The snowflakes come from a stamp set called Endless Wishes, which you get lots of different sentiments here, but these are the stamps I'm using today. I'm going to start with the large snowflake, and I'm using Pear Pizzazz. This I'm just stamping in a random pattern, making sure that I go off the edge in places, but also remembering that I want to get 2 other snowflakes in between. So that's the Pear Pizzazz. Then I'm going to move on to the medium size snowflake, and I'm doing that in Lost Lagoon. Again, totally random, just filling in the spaces. No, I'm not going to do that one. I think I might be overdoing it. And the last snowflake I'm going to do in baked brown sugar, and this will just fill in any last gaps that I have. Missed a bit there. I'm not too worried about that because I'll be covering that little bit up with my sentiment. Otherwise I think that's probably about it. I have already layered my Lost Lagoon onto my card base, so now I'm going to layer this onto my card base, and I'm going to do it by using SNAIL. You can just check which way you want it to go, because bearing in mind that piece is going to be covered, which means I can cover up that little bit that I thought I would cover with the sentiment. Move that over a little bit. that's better. So the next piece I'm going to do is the strip down there. I've already put the two pieces together. Again, I used SNAIL on that. To get this piece done, what I did was I took my ruler, which is over here, and because I know this piece is 1 5/8 across, it's going to be quite easy to find the halfway. Oops. Right, it's 5/8 either side. And that's that, and then about an inch up, which is there. So with my paper snips, I'm going to go right from the corner here up to my centre point. These paper snips are absolutely brilliant because they do actually cut to the end of the point of the scissors. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to use SNAIL again to pop this on. Yes, that looks about straight for me. Now for the sentiment, as you can see, I've got 3 colours on here, and what I did was I used the 4 frames set, and I've used this stamp, and I've used my marker pens, started with my Pear Pizzazz, and I just coloured on here, and then did that all round. I'm not actually doing this because I have one made ready. I'm just showing you what I did. But I will use this again and make another one later on. And that will be part of my collection of Christmas cards ready for me. Okay, so that's how I would do it, and then I would stamp it out. But as I say, I've already done one here. So I'm going to punch this out using the decorative label punch. And then to do the back, I need that again, don't I? Just to show you, you can use a real scrap of paper, cardstock, to do this. The first piece that I put in like this, as long as it comes past this round and that round, it doesn't need to come all the way down here. So that will be fine for one. Move the punch, or at least move the paper down a bit, and again punch it. I know they say what you should do is just punch a complete one out and then cut it into quarters. But I don't like wasting any more than I have to. Now this piece, when you put it in, it only needs to come down to that pointy bit there, but you need to come a bit further just to make sure you've got enough to glue. You can trim off the extra bits that you don't need. Okay, so there's another one. So, you know, I really do make the most of my scrap paper. Now, to adhere this on the back, you'll see that I did one earlier that I wasn't happy with. I'm going to use my two-way glue pen, and I'm going to do these two first. Put my glue on the back of my sentiment. And then just line that up. like that, and then to the other side. And that's okay. And then the other two pieces that went flying off somewhere. You need to cut off these bumpy bits here. So just like that and that. A little bit rather of 2A glue pen. And that can go over. And again this one, cut off from the bump. A little bit of blue. I mean, obviously you can see if you look closely at it that this has been cut from pieces and added in, but I still think it looks jolly good. Let me clear the decks here a bit. So to adhere this onto my card, I've used dimensionals, and I'll use 4, I think. This is a good tip from somebody. If you press down on the backing with your fingernail, these backings do come off a lot easier. There we go. So I'm going to pop that round about there. And then I have a bow that I made earlier, and I used the silky taffeta ribbon in Lost Lagoon, and I'm going to put that on with a glue dot. And there we have it. I hope you like it. Thank you for watching my video. If you have any questions, please contact me. I'll be happy to help you. If you've enjoyed my video, please subscribe to my YouTube channel by clicking the subscribe button at the top right hand side of the screen. If you'd like to buy any of the Stamping Up products featured here, I'd love to earn your business. Please visit my website at www.janbcards.com and click on the link to my 24/7 online Stamping Up shop. Many thanks for joining me today. Until next time, happy crafting. Cheerio.